Oh yeah, because our offensive coordinator is a fucking dickhead.
Oh yeah, that's right. You really don't like Kellen Moore.
God, it's stupid. Why? I
Yeah.
mean, I'm like, on one hand, at least it wasn't fucking Ken Dorsey. So at
Yeah.
least we weren't the dumbest team this
What
offseason.
about Arthur Smith? Because
Arthur Smith was at least a solid offensive coordinator the last time I saw him do that. I mean, he got Ryan Tannehill to an
Tannehill to an
AFC
AFC
championship
champ, but
game.
yeah, he
What
took
notch
Derrick
can I throw at the
Henry.
guy as an offensive coordinator? I don't want him to be my head coach, but I mean, fuck, call some plays.
Okay, okay.
Is it too late to cancel that and bring in Eric Bieniemy?
Wait, hang on.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Beyond Sports Podcast, where we BS about sports. Yes, I'm using this as a microphone. Let's get
Love
into
it.
it,
I like
boys. Super Bowl week.
that's right. Trying to get one of them Lombardis.
I need it in my fucking veins right now.
2 in a row.
I'm ready.
You know,
One more week. One more week.
week. Oh man.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable with how good I feel about it.
That,
Oh no, it hit me
Also,
today. I'm pretty nervous.
as
Mhm.
others have said in the media, in the Kansas City media, I kind of felt this confident before Tampa too.
I did not before Tampa.
I didn't.
There was a
No,
lot of
with
injuries going into Tampa week. Our
yeah,
offensive
with
line was
all
dead.
of our linemen down and it being Tom Brady, I did not feel great
No,
about Tampa.
that one I had
Well,
a
I mean, nobody knew how bad Patrick's toe was either.
yeah.
But
Mahomes didn't have me worried in that one as much. I'll admit.
that even his I understand he had a hurt toe and he got surgery like right after it, but that's not what lost us that game.
Yeah,
Like
No, no.
our receivers were the biggest issue for me in that game. But we're not
that's
in.
true.
That's a bad memory. That's not
Dropping a lot and then
that's
yeah, we
not one
couldn't
of the core
protect.
memories I
Yeah,
love.
I don't think that's what's coming.
No, I think that
Because listen, the list of quarterbacks who have beaten Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs cannot be Brady, Burrow, Purdy.
Purdy.
They can't.
You never know.
oh,
You never know. Because it's not Purdy that you're truly terrified of. It's all
Yeah.
the other Avengers around him. You're not that scared of Hawkeye, but you are scared of a Debo, Iron Man Samuel, and a Christian Captain America Caffrey. And the George Thor Kittle, right?
who's
I mean,
Brandon?
Ayuk, what do we say was Spider-Man?
Spider-Man, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then you got Trent, what you got the Hulk fucking garden for Hawkeye back there, the backfield.
Yeah, yeah. And
So
you got
you,
Juice. You have Juice.
Kyle
He's there.
Shanahan's Black Widow.
oh, he's not Nick Fury. You're not gonna give. Isn't the coach supposed to be Nick Fury? I don't.
Yeah, I'd say Nick.
But that is
I mean,
You're
I
asking
guess
if I'm going to respect the opponent.
okay.
we
Fair
got to
enough.
give Kyle Juice at least a like Drax or something. He helps the event.
He's something. Kyle, yeah, I don't.
Was
You know,
Drax ever actually an Avenger?
He fought alongside them for like a half of a
he's
quarter of
definitely
You
close
have an
enough.
Avenger designation.
but he was in an Avengers movie and it was like that was like Infinity, that kind of we
I
got it.
guess they were all Avengers there at the end.
Yeah, they're all
Yeah.
Avengers there at the end. I mean,
Happened.
that
Anyways, I am scared of the rest.
What the fuck?
But Purdy doesn't. It's the whole team scares me.
Yeah, I agree.
So our defense, I
Love
love
our
them,
defense in this matchup.
I do. But
We have a counter for a lot of what they like to do. I'm not gonna sit here and have that hubris of like, oh, we counter everything they do. We have some good counters in our.
well, what do you force them to do? I mean, I think we have to play a lot like we did Baltimore, where we take the run away from, like we force you to throw the ball.
You want to force them to throw, but you want to do it without blitzing. And that's the big thing that is going to be in this game. We're not going to blitz a lot because Purdy
I think
against blitz this season has and in postseason
He
has
hasn't.
been the best quarterback.
Spags blitzes are different though,
They are,
and they can be pretty tricky.
but I think that
They
you
can
could
really
see them
confuse.
dialed down if
But
we.
I think you're going to see a lot of what you saw, like the way we did it against Baltimore in Rush 5.
Yeah.
Because that also like that rushing 5 did a really good job of plugging up gaps to keep Lamar from running a lot of the
Mhm.
time. And it's also like it's pretty effective. It was pretty effective against the run later
Yeah,
on.
and he's
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
we didn't do a great
McCaffrey's
job
not-
of bottling up Josh Allen, but we did do a pretty damn good job of bottling up Lamar Jackson. And Purdy's definitely neither of those guys, but he's got some legs, as he showed us.
look more Lamar than Lamar did.
He did. He did. I don't know
There's some
how.
runs that Lamar left some yards on the board in that game.
Yeah,
And I'm not taking anything away from our defense in that because they were getting into his head in that game.
I think so.
But I do think that Lamar left some yardage out there with his
Oh
leg.
yeah.
And
I'm not saying it was just us.
yeah.
Like there were big mistakes made by the Ravens in that game.
But I do think that there was a lot of us getting into Lamar's head during that game early on that made him miss some of those opportunities later in the game.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think that's what we need to do to Purdy. But I think the good thing is if we can if we can hit Purdy, I think we can bring Purdy down.
Yeah, of course.
But you just got to throw the
And if-
timing off with good.
We also have to like capitalize on the mistakes that he's going to make. We've seen him
Others
have some
do not.
dropped interception. Like we don't let the interception bounce off your face mask and into the other guy's
That's really
arms.
what it is. There's no way that Spags can't bait that dude into bad throws.
I hope, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Green Bay dropped a couple of them. Like,
Yeah,
so
that's-
you,
Yeah, they like they've been getting let off the hook right and left.
yeah, man. We got to take advantage of it. And then not make mistakes of our own, of course, which, don't want to make
Nick
mistakes.
Bolton has that cast off.
Yeah, but I'm
Nick
happy
Bolton's two
that
good
Willie
hands.
Gay will be back.
Yep.
I like us going in there full strength at our linebacking core and our safety.
Yeah, I think Nadi is our only injury on the
And
defense.
Cook,
Oh, and Minihue.
Minihue's gonna be huge without him.
Minihue is big.
To believe, like Sneaky said, I believe in FAU.
I know, but it'd be great to be full strength at the line for this game. Like,
And-
for defensive line is important in this game.
And the biggest thing is like, what side he normally lines up on, right? And who he normally would be going against.
Minihue?
Yeah, he would be lining up against Trent Williams.
Trent Williams, yes.
So that's where FAU is. We're going to be lining him up against Trent Williams in the Super Bowl.
You just take up Trent Williams. We'll try to go,
That's-
we'll blitz
That's
from the
why
other
Chris
side.
Jones is so fucking valuable.
Absolutely. Chris
He's
Jones.
gonna be moving around a lot.
Yeah. He is. I think Karloftis is going to move around a lot more too.
We
And
just won't attack. We'll just not attack him from his blind side, I guess. Really, you know what I mean?
And we mentioned in our talk before the talk that Mike Dana has played his best season of football this year.
Yeah. Mike
And I
Dana's done well for us.
Expect that to continue on Sunday.
Loftus has done well for us.
Karloftis has been awesome this year.
Been great.
Really good. I like all the defensive lines parts. I think that Wharton's been playing well the last
Mhm.
couple games since he's had to come in for Natty.
But yeah, man.
I've never hated Turk Wharton.
Neither have I, but he just didn't. He got hurt at the beginning of last year, so he missed most of that season, and he just didn't hear a lot from him this year. But I'm glad that he's out there playing well.
We need some big guys to plug up the middle right now. Like,
Yeah.
going against Chris McCaffrey, like
I'm just happy. I'm happy going in there full strength at my favorite position. That of right now is our linebacking core. I think that's a huge part. And taking away McCaffrey and Kittle.
yeah. Man,
They're
the
gonna be-
Tranquil pickup.
Tranquil's been huge. I love him. I love Willie Gay in the middle there.
Yeah,
That's one of the free agent steals of the decade.
I mean, he did come to he gave us a little bit of a discount and came to us on
Got out of San Diego. Like I don't know. He was on one
apparently
episodes of the franchise this year, and he was like, we were looking like we had bought a house because we figured like we were here for long term. They were interviewing him and his wife.
Yeah.
in San Diego.
Well, in LA.
or in LA. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Like I hear. I
Like,
mean,
I thought I was gonna be the long. Like we went ahead and bought
I
a house.
thought
Yeah.
I thought he turned down their deal. Like I
No,
thought San Diego gave him a deal, and he.
offered one.
All right.
I
Well,
just let him walk.
okay.
Okay.
Or they offered like they offered him some piddly fucking amount.
They just extended an offer to extend one. A qualifying offer, probably.
Yeah.
Here's something.
Yeah. I don't
Oh yeah, it was
know
one of
what
the
they'll
more.
prioritize at that position. I
Yeah.
I do think one of the two will come back between him and Willie. I do think that
One of yeah.
Beats
Man,
might favor his own draft pick, but I don't know.
it depends on
It's
how
gonna be
much
crazy
each
to see
is.
how we spend money this year.
Yeah.
Like we're really gonna have to thread the needle with it.
Yeah,
We are.
I think that what that they could potentially try to bring back Willie. Willie might take less to come back if we were to win it too, because legacy as well. But he
Yeah.
is also has an opportunity to cash in.
It's your first. I mean, you've already got. He would have a couple rings at that point,
That'd be
and
two.
if he could go grab a bag, like you got to
Yeah.
do it.
I agree. And
So,
he had a really good year this year.
yeah, man.
I
Willie
just
Gay was
wonder how
great.
valuable he is to other teams.
Frank was great.
Like Willie Gay is a great player,
He is.
but I also wonder if he isn't kind of a system.
How the thing
Like, the other thing is that he's not going to command a ton of money because he does not call the defense.
so that's
Okay.
why I think he could stay. I don't think that he's an expensive position because he's not.
Yeah, when Bolton was hurt, it wasn't it Drew that was calling a lot of it. They gave it
Yeah.
to you know.
Because he's a
So,
backup middle. Because he's that backup Mike guy more.
I guess so. I guess so. Anyways, that's not.
Willie's the hype man.
Willie is hype man. He gives us.
That's why I like Willie.
Yeah, man.
It's all about how
He is
great
a
their guys
big
are.
presence on that sideline.
Yeah.
Love to have him. Okay. Anything else? I mean, the Super Bowl, you know, we're going. Anything else?
I mean, I think Kelsey. I think 23-13.
Yeah.
That's
I
what I'm feeling.
mean,
That's reasonable.
Yeah, I think that it's reasonable with how we've played the last two postseason games. How they've played the last couple games. They've scored a little bit more, but I don't think the Lions were as. I think.
Yeah, man.
okay.
Well, everything is going against us right now.
Everything's been going against us every play
I
season.
know.
Except for
'Cause,
against the Dolphins, everything kind of that
team-
one. Like let's not
Teams in
lie.
their home jerseys have only won 3 of the last like 16. And
We were
then-
one of those teams.
I know.
We've
Madden
won and
predicted us
lost
to
games.
lose, and they've been right like the last so many times.
Who picked us to lose?
I'm
Madden.
going to stop you there because time and time again, Patrick beats all this.
Oh, I
Beats all
know.
this crap. Yeah, Patrick beats all this crap all the time. Okay, he beat the Colts in the playoffs. His first playoff game, he took down our like.
He did.
Our
He did
curse.
exercise our biggest demon.
Oh yeah, as far as like opposing team in the playoffs, that was the Colts, and he
That
took
one
care
meant
of
a
that.
lot to me. That
He's-
game
he's
personally meant a lot.
Murdered all of our boogeymen.
Yeah, and then he
The
took down
Steelers.
the Madden curse, right? Then he took down like the MVP curse, right? They're like 20
Yeah.
plus years, league MVP didn't win a Super Bowl.
Also, the number one offense curse.
Yeah. That motherfucker.
All in one season.
Amazing.
Did you guys see what Alex Smith said
What do you say?
He
About-
he
about
thinks
the Niners?
all the Niners.
He said the Niners defense is nothing special and that we're
Oof.
going to just destroy their defense.
It's not. If our offense can actually, if our receivers can play the caliber of game that they are
They have
capable
been.
of,
Yeah.
we'll do well. It's really going to be about how I think that's why I've said I'm not as worried because I think it comes down to how our defense plays, and I trust that unit, especially in the second half
Yeah,
of this game.
by this point, I trust Spags. I trust that defense. They've done great.
Yeah. So,
I'm confident enough to say I think this game will be a fitting coronation to the dynasty.
I mean, man, it is weird to be one game away from it. But this game, that's why it means so much, man.
I know, man. This is the hard one. This is
This is
this
a
is the
huge
come on,
huge
baby.
legacy moment for
All
Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes.
Travis
Kelce. I mean, to go down as one of the dynasties in the NFL. That's
I'm,
what this
I'm predicting Travis Kelce MVP.
to go. I mean, man, to
He
me,
has
Ooh, I
the
love
most
it.
he has the most bets right now.
I
Does he?
love
Oh, really?
that.
the way he's been
Mhm.
playing.
I love it. He's been
It-
awesome.
It's like
Yeah,
to go down
he's been a man possessed in the playoffs this year.
He's been
yeah,
out.
it's different guy in the playoffs this year. It's
But I thought he was really bad now that he's dating
I know, right?
Taylor
He's so
Swift.
distracted by his podcast and his girlfriend. No way he could play football still.
Well, he has to win MVP, so that way when he gives a speech, Taylor can come over and endorse Biden.
Yeah, and he
So
can. Yeah, they'll do a marriage proposal. He'll
yes,
endorse Biden,
which you can bid on, but only in Canada, or you can bet on if there's a marriage proposal.
Wild.
Like, isn't it funny how like the right wingers just slowly have to abandon everything?
Like how they're sitting there and they're like,
all
think about all the jet
They've
fuel it
abandoned
costs.
football.
they've done
Football is an enemy to them now.
yeah, it was an enemy
Like-
to him fucking 6 years ago with Colin Kaepernick. Like I don't,
Maybe
It's-
she'll take a knee too.
yeah. Well, Travis will be taking the knee because he's proposing.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but with the Kaepernick stuff, there wasn't all this weird conspiracy laden shit.
No, it was just a dude doing what a literal veteran of the arm.
Well,
he was
They have to go
Green
conspiracy.
Beret.
They have to go conspiracy with this one because they can't go racist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
oh
and
gosh,
they hate the
people.
whitest couple in the world.
They try to do the racist thing because they're like Simone Biles and her husband don't get the same amount of attention that Taylor Swift does. Yeah, because we don't know her fucking husband.
It's
We all
Yeah.
watch football, and I can't tell you who her fucking husband is. Like, I'm sorry.
Is it Jair?
He's not Travis Kelce.
Is it Jair Alexander?
No, it's not.
No, it's a Seahawk.
No, it's
Oh,
a Packer. It's
oh,
like
it
a
is?
backup tight end for the Packers or something. I don't fucking know. He's not notable.
yeah. First of all, that's
Simone
not Travis.
Biles is a multiple world champion.
Yeah, he's not Travis, the greatest player at his position potentially of all time.
Right.
We're
Yeah.
talking about a guy.
First ballot Hall of Famer.
We're talking about a guy who is getting
Multiple
close to
champions.
being the greatest playoff performer at a pass catching position of all time.
Yeah, I mean we're on the level talking about him as the
He's a safety.
greatest pass catcher of all time.
Okay, and she's dating a backup safety. Like
She's married
it's
to him.
not.
They're
Yeah,
married.
they're married.
No,
Congrats.
she's
I'm happy
married
for
to a
him,
backup.
but like
safety.
I don't fucking know him,
It's
so
not.
like
It's not the same. You guys.
it's
I
not
just
the
man,
same.
And
I hope whenever Travis proposes,
He played for Missouri Western.
well,
like I
that's
really
not.
hope he doesn't propose at
He's
the end
not
of the
gonna
season.
propose.
He's not. They've been dating for a half a year, maybe.
half a year, and she's been on a tour half the time, and he's been playing football like the entire
Also,
time. Basically, they've not.
Apparently the relationship started before he told that friendship
Yeah,
bracelet.
but dude, that concert happened like July, and he was in training camp. The next month most of the time. Like they haven't had that much time to like really
That's fair. Yeah, give him an off season.
Exactly.
give them an off season.
I wouldn't be
Give them
surprised to hear about it before the season starts.
an off season.
Because she'll be done with her tour and she doesn't I don't think she'll be recording an album right away.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you think that they would have a little bit of
Does
time?
she have any
Never
more
mind.
to
Rachel
does she have
just
any
said
more to
April
re-release?
19th, something about a
I mean,
Taylor Swift something.
I thought she just had. I thought they just did the
Her
Era
album.
Tour movie. Really?
Yeah, her new album's April 19th.
Her new album comes out so she'll probably be doing stuff for that.
Never mind. I take it back. She is.
I mean, she's also
hardworking.
somebody that
She's a hard worker.
That's
can
another
rarely
re-record
have
of
time
South,
off.
though, right?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what everybody thought was coming out was a re-record of Reputation, and
How
she
many more of
announced a
those
new
does she
CD.
have to do?
Reputation's one of them, and then I think maybe one or two. I don't know.
Hey, what album did Hannah get for the Super Bowl?
She hasn't found one yet, but she's
Whoa.
looking for Red.
She's got a week.
I know. We're gonna go find Red because
Yeah,
she's
gotta
like,
be red.
Red
it's gotta
is
be
the
Red
perfect one
because
for it.
yep.
It's the
Yeah.
perfect one for it. But will you make sure she does that? Because
Oh no,
like,
no, she's on top of it. She's been looking.
Yeah.
But like
You will-
places like Vintage Stock literally want 60 goddamn dollars.
I will give her
I
$6.
Tim, sometimes you gotta just,
Well,
you
they
know,
don't
you
even have red, so the only one they
Oh.
had was one that she doesn't really want yet. But if it comes to it, we're getting it.
so the
I
Super
haven't
Bowl,
laughed
right?
this hard since Cliff Kingsbury backed out on the Raiders. Coordinator job to take a offensive coordinator job for the Commanders.
Well, he would rather be with Dan Quinn.
And
I would imagine for some people, like it's hard to have to meet Mark Davis like close to your face.
yeah, so also
It's hard to look at him on TV. I can't imagine what
Frightening.
it's like in person.
Yeah, dude. It's a Chucky doll that has,
He
full
looks like he's
size and
wearing
comes
somebody
alive,
else's skin.
just so
almost.
you know, the Commanders have the 2nd overall pick. If the Bears decide to keep Justin Fields, Caleb Williams will be reunited with Cliff Kingsbury in Washington.
Man. Ooh.
From what
All
I'm
right.
from what I'm
That's
hearing,
why-
that's a pipe.
That is why. I think that's wild. Okay.
Bears are keeping that pick.
I think they keep it, but I think they go Marvin Harrison Jr. I think the Bears are gonna full on fuck it up.
I think you could,
It's the Bears. I mean,
It's the Bears. I mean,
they will probably fuck it up. But I think if
why
you're the
wouldn't they
Bears,
pass off a generational quarterback?
yes, they
you
would. They've
could-
done it before.
definitely will. If you're not going to take Caleb first overall, you could maybe trade back a spot or two and still
They
get him.
might. They might also let Washington trade
Like-
up, get a couple extra picks.
You say Jim Harbaugh's already fucking trolling. Like he was
What's he doing?
he was on somebody's program this week saying that he thinks JJ McCarthy could go #1.
Harbaugh's an asshole.
He's trying
Well,
to
Is that his guy? Is that a Michigan?
yeah,
that's
it's
Yeah. Well, come on. He's just
Pumping him up.
trying to pump up his own guy.
Then watch the Bears fucking do it.
Dude, the Bears are going to fucking Bears this whole situation.
They probably will. They've got a golden opportunity.
They might be like,
do
we'll just
some,
wait till 10.
make some franchise like
Is it still Ryan Poles up there?
Yeah.
yeah. Is it
Yeah.
Ryan Poles? They didn't fire him yet?
No.
No, that's why that's why I have so much faith in him fucking this up for the Bears.
And these are real franchise shaping moves.
Yeah.
Like you
But
can
I mean,
make
like,
a
I can't.
championship team here, or
Poles wasn't there when they passed on Mahomes.
No, he was not. That was the previous regime.
And I mean, honestly, like Justin Fields was not a bad pick.
And that's why I think they might stick with him.
Justin Fields might be he
No,
could
like
potentially he could potentially be the best pick of that draft that was full of quarterbacks in the first round.
if,
I mean,
If he
If-
played the first half of the season like
the
he
Bears
played,
don't take Caleb Williams, their fans should send suicide bombers into that building.
I'm just saying, if Justin Fields played the first half of a season like he played the back half of any season after they're eliminated from playoff contention, then I would believe
you're
it.
very good. Yeah.
But the only time he ever shows up is once your team is mathematically eliminated from contention.
Well,
Then you get
okay, look,
Justin
I'm just-
Fields. Oh, he's going to be the MVP next year.
When I said he's the best quarterback like of that draft class, like there wasn't
I agree.
you have okay,
Was
is he better than
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance
Probably.
and Mac Jones
Yeah.
and Zach Wilson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only person he has is Trevor Lawrence. But you're like, I don't know if you're better than him yet, but you could
I mean,
be.
that's not like a leap. That's not
Trevor-
a leap to say he would be better than him.
Yeah,
Trevor's
we're gonna really
not
have to see
falling
how Trevor.
fast.
Trevor's not been great.
Not great. Not great.
I don't
He
think
has won a playoff game though. Trevor won a playoff game at least.
he
He
did
hasn't been
against the
terrible.
Chargers and Brandon Staley, who is allergic to success.
they made quite the comeback in that game.
They did.
My whole thing with Fields is the same thing I was saying earlier this season. I don't think he can. Like I just, and
You don't think he's that guy?
I'm not trying to make it sound racist. I just don't think he's smart enough. Like I just like
don't
not,
think he read a
not to be a
defense
quarterback.
well enough. No, I mean some guys can't. It's
Yeah, I
tough
mean,
to read a
some-
defense in the
Just
NFL.
the decision making process is way too slow there.
It
Yeah.
is, and I think that
And maybe you can get sped up by a better coach, but I also think he's just Like man, when he's running, it's terrifying.
It
As
is,
soon as it's an
but
open
he's
field.
running confidently. Is what it is. It's like
Yeah.
there's times whenever like think about it. Like when there's once you're eliminated from the playoffs, there's not as much pressure on your team.
Yeah.
So he plays free. He plays
More
without
free
that.
and loose.
But the first half of the season, he's playing with all this pressure on him, and he's not confident in his abilities, and he makes stupid decisions.
That could be part of this too. Like Justin Fields may want to move. Like everybody might feel that a change of scenery could do him good.
It could. It could also do like we've seen for like Sam Darnold, where it didn't really do shit for him.
Because it's hard coming into Chicago with the pressure of being
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of tough after like you
It's
don't
like
see.
weird. Like,
quarterback ever.
isn't it so weird? Like, you should really go into Chicago and be like, all I have to do is be better than Jay Cutler. I just have to be better than him because they have had zero quarterback success since Jim McMahon, and he wasn't even fucking lighting up the scoreboard, my guy.
Yeah, but I mean
Right.
they put that on him though.
I know. Like, they're as entitled as Philadelphia fans. Like, you go up to Philadelphia and you think that they've won
You
fucking.
think 1985 was last year?
Yeah, dude, it's stupid.
There's head coaches, right?
Yeah.
We do even talk. We tried to talk about Dan
They're
Quinn and
all
Cliff Kingsbury, but it didn't work. We shifted gears.
every head coaching spot is filled.
They all
Every-
got Seattle,
They did.
got Mike
Ble-
McDonald.
Yeah, Mike McDonald in Washington, or not Washington. Well, yes, Washington,
Seattle,
the state, Seattle, Washington. He is in Seattle, Washington.
Yeah. Nobody
Um,
refers to them as Washington, but for this argument,
they
for this
are, it's
purpose,
technically.
for this purpose, we're going to allow Sam to be right on this.
Okay, and where did he come from? Pete, remind me.
He was the Baltimore Ravens defensive coordinator the last two
Coordinate,
seasons.
right? The guy who did very well against us. Although
That's not he did not
I
lose
will,
in a bad effort.
he didn't do bad against us. Although I will say we definitely changed up our offensive plan in the second half. We were a lot more conservative. We weren't trying to like. We should have. I wish we would have put our. Anyways, he did a very good job. Very good job all year.
Excellent job with Baltimore's defense.
Excellent. Baltimore is getting their coaches are getting torn away from them now.
Seattle's going to have some grittiness to them. They're going to be teetering that line of gritty and legal.
Yeah.
Because I do
Oh.
think that Baltimore, that defense is right there on that borderline against us, where you were like, some of it was clean, some of it was not.
And hey man, Seattle's all right with that.
Yeah.
They want a dirty defense.
Yeah, our players didn't care. They knew that shit was coming.
Travis
No.
Kelce killed
Like
me.
the amount of fucking discipline those dudes had not to react and
Yeah.
get back, dude.
Kelsey freaking killed me when he started laughing at that dude in
Oh, yeah. And every time
Mm-hmm.
every time they tried to come in and be bullies, it blew up in their face.
It
It
was
did.
so
Well,
stupid.
because they weren't keeping it between the whistles either. Like they were doing some dumbass shit. And like, I mean, did you watch the mic'd up with Mahomes?
I did
Yeah.
He's just in the huddle at the end of the game. He's like, hey, composure. Let's just keep our, you know what I mean? Like
We've been there, done that. We
we
got this.
play, yeah,
Yeah.
we play this cool. We
Bengals
don't
try to
make
do
the
this shit
mistakes
every
because
time.
they are imploding like right now. Like right now, they are making all the mistakes. So if we just,
Yeah.
you know,
Be ourselves.
It killed me when Travis said that if Tucker would have missed that field goal, they were getting a 15-yard penalty because him and Mahomes were going to
him and
run onto
Mahomes
the
would have
field.
been out. That was great. He's like, man, of course he had to make that kick because if he didn't,
That would have been great.
would have paid to see it. It would have been worth the 15-yarder probably.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have given him a first down and it could have been whatever.
It would have been after the play. It would have been unsportsmanlike conduct, so it would not have counted.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
That's why you do that. I went fine.
Right.
After the play's concluded.
All right.
I bet they don't do that shit again if they play us.
They probably will. Some teams are too stupid to fucking learn their lesson.
Some teams just don't learn. I don't know, man. Yeah, you think they'd learn their lesson though, overall. Just like, oh hey, don't do dumbass shit. Like,
Yeah, don't be stupid.
don't be stupid.
Just
Come on,
don't be
you
a
know?
dummy.
Right? Like, there was still a lot of Chiefs hate with the refs, but not nearly as much. Like, a lot of people were like, yeah, the Ravens were just being stupid as hell and imploding. Like, even the haters weren't hating quite as hard this week on
I
that
mean, they're
ref
like,
thing because they saw anybody with eyes could see that the Ravens were self-destructing
yeah,
and doing dumbass shit.
yeah, like they were.
I watched a few Ravens fan podcasts this week, and all of like every single one of them, they started out like the fuck, like there's so many more penalties on us, and like then they started like talking themselves through it, and they're like, yeah, that was legit. That was legit.
You're like,
Like
and
the only legit gripe they had was the missed
PI, the
thing.
miss PI.
Yeah.
Sure. And I'll give them, and then I'll
the
see
triple
you with
coverage
the
one,
miss.
the one where he threw it in triple coverage.
No,
No,
no, no,
no,
no.
no, the one who was it?
It was on a third down line too, I
Likely
think.
likely
Yeah.
guy.
Oh, in the middle of
He
It
the
did.
field,
was legit. Like it should have been a call. Like it was
Yeah.
really blatant.
not the
It was
triple
just,
coverage one though.
No.
no, most people can admit like he threw it into
Nobody's
triple coverage.
listen,
What are you doing?
the referee watched that whole thing develop. That dude was never getting that flag.
That ball. Yeah. Like that was a quarterback throwing a ball into trip coverage short too. Like not like high pointing it where maybe only his guy could get it, but
Yeah, it was a stupid fucking play.
it was bad.
Dude, he threw his hand up
Yeah,
Yeah, the receiver throwing his hand
before
up.
he was even behind the first guy. He threw his hand up.
he was feeling himself, you know.
And Lamar went with it. Um,
Dude,
yeah,
Lamar
man.
was just itching to make that big
A
throw.
a lot of people asking like why was Baltimore not running it? And like when you looked at our game plan defensively, it's because we were not letting it like we were like, you can throw it, you can try to throw it if you want, but we're not
It
gonna
was,
let you run it right now.
it was all about us holding the 2-score lead. And if you listen to Nick Wright or a number of other people this week, they kind of laid out like how that went down. Like when we went up multiple
We went up 2 score. Yeah.
scores, like it was shutdown mode. It was take care of the ball, don't force any throws. Because I mean,
Oh,
the defense
offensively for us, yeah.
is really good.
But defensively for them.
So I mean, as long as we were up 2 scores, like we were content to check it down, not try and force it down the field.
Yeah, man.
And as soon as Baltimore got within 1 score, what happened? 3rd and 9, shot downfield, game over.
Yeah. No, offensively, I agree. Like I was talking about offensively with them. Like the reason they didn't run it much. Are we talking about the same thing?
Yeah, I mean, because they panicked.
They panicked a little, and we just weren't. We were lining up to take away the run. We are just like, we'll bring an extra guy down. We'll give you all the looks to throw it and try to beat us with your arm.
We got them on a couple of tackles for loss on when they tried to go outside on us, and they saw
They
that
got
we had
scared.
that shit pinned in, and that was it. They gave up.
I don't know why they got so scared either. Like they weren't doing that bad on the ground. Certainly can't give up on it,
Their
but
first, Gus Edwards' first rushing attempt went
even
for 15 yards.
I know, like
That's
even if the
what-
defense is lining
yeah,
up to
that's two
stop
more
the
rushing.
run, even if the defense is lining up to stop the run, which was what we were doing most of the game, you still got to run it. Like you
Getting
still
up
got to
2
go at them.
scores on a team in the first half in this age of the NFL should not be enough to put that team into fucking panic mode.
I do wonder if there
When you're
wasn't.
just out, you're like, I can no longer run my entire offense. It's 2 fucking scores in today's NFL. You can,
It's 10 points, man. It's
it's
not.
like that should.
One explanation that might make sense to me is I think there might have been a hidden injury on the offensive line.
I don't know.
I think they might like it might have
You
been
get injured pass blocking too. Like I don't.
pass blocking and run blocking are different.
I
Like
get it.
set
The the contact is much
Yeah,
more
like I
fierce.
said,
Like, you're-
it just didn't seem to make sense. We haven't heard anything about that, so
yeah, I mean, it's just I'm not saying that
I get that.
I think that is what happened. It's just
It's possible
it's
that
an
I,
explanation that would make sense.
I think that it is that, like you said, that they got into panic mode. I'm just saying that it should be considered unacceptable that they got into panic mode there. I mean, Harbaugh's a Super Bowl winning coach, also. Don't forget that. And
Yeah.
he did that on the back of some comebacks in that postseason run.
and he's a coach that
The
should
Ray
be able
Rice,
to.
like 4th and 30 play in
Right.
that postseason.
Yeah, he's not like an offensive coach, but he's also a coach that would know to be like, hey, we need to start running the ball more, right? And
Yeah,
he's got that authority.
he's a special teams coach ultimately, but
Well, it'd probably help too if they let him throw from under center a little bit.
Yeah, the
It doesn't
NFL.
help. It doesn't help when we know exactly when you're going to throw every time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
every
Sorry,
time
no,
he's like in the.
They throw from
just
shotgun.
not their style. Not their style, man.
They should just line up in the pistol a lot more than they do. That formation kills the teams.
Yeah. But there's also the factor that like it may just be as simple as we're in those dudes' heads. Like I know for sure for a fact that we are in Lamar's head because he's talked about us too many times. Like there was the old quote, "There are kryptonite." Talking about, like when Lamar was talking about us, he said before the game, "I don't like playing Pat Mahomes."
Yeah,
Yeah, but he was just trying to give him respect. He wasn't trying to give him bulletin board material. He was trying to like.
There's no, that's not bulletin board material. Like
No. I'm saying he's trying not to give him bulletin board material. He's trying to compliment Patrick. So I'd be like, of course I don't like playing against him.
no,
Sorry.
they asked him, "What do you like about playing against Patrick?" And he was like, "I don't like anything about it."
Yeah, no, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Like, anyway,
There's way different things you can say
I guess, so.
there it is.
I
that
guess, so.
don't
I
sound
guess you're right.
like like you don't have to make it sound like you're afraid of a team to show respect.
Very true. Very true.
So speaking of none of that at all, like, but
No.
back to the coaches that we were talking. We're awesome, guys. Tim. Don't we kill it with this?
Fuck these coaches
we
and
do.
teams that aren't gonna matter. Fuck them.
Hey, no, we're gonna talk about these coaches that didn't get jobs.
Yeah, there
Cycles
were
over.
two shocking.
Three. I think three shocking coaches that didn't get jobs.
Okay, so Bill Belichick not getting a job. Holy hell. Mike Vrabel also. Nobody wants Mike Vrabel. Okay, and
Eric
maybe
Bieniemy
Eric.
gets passed over yet again.
Okay, all right. Okay,
Um,
so let's talk about the two that people are really surprised on, though. Like, are we surprised that the NFL again didn't give
yeah, I'm so
Eric
shocked that a
Bieniemy?
71-year-old who wants full control over the organization didn't get a fucking other job. I want
Okay,
you to fire your entire front office and let me do it all.
it's true.
I'll
It
do it for
depends on
3
what
more
Bill is.
years.
It does depend on what Bill is asking for.
That's
If
the
he's
report that he's asking.
if he's asking for that much, then okay.
You
I
wouldn't go any other way, really?
It was reported that the Falcons were held up by the fact that he wanted a complete upheaval of their front office.
Yeah.
And across their board was like not against it, but they were against the idea of having to do it again in 5 years. And that was like on the higher end of like that was on the end of like good things have gone right. We
and
get
look,
5 years.
Bill is
Yeah,
somebody who
it
could
was really close.
definitely.
It was really close with the Falcons.
Yeah, but that's what ultimately
Blank was just like, I'm not going to blow up my whole organization over it.
because
And
like they
Bill,
were afraid they'd have to do it again so soon.
right, because he's not going to be around that long.
You're
But
not
Bill
for
is a guy
you're
who
not for
can.
this prick that puts you in the history books.
Yeah.
Biggest fucking choke job ever.
Man,
And that's
to get the
smart by the
coach that
Falcons.
did
You're
that
not
to
a
you.
you're not a Bill Belichick away from winning the Super Bowl. You're not a Bill Belichick in 5 years away from
That's dude. That's the other part of this that I've been thinking about. Like like after, through all of these years and all of the ways that the Patriots have just been fucking assholes. How many of these teams want to help Bill Belichick become the all-time wins leader?
Yeah.
Who really
Any
wants to help him do that?
any franchise that needs a Super Bowl.
But are you even going to get that? Like
Yeah, that's
these,
the big thing.
these last few years without Tom Brady have been bad.
Yeah, they
Bad.
have. They have. They've been very bad. So I don't know. No, I don't know
There's
if
one
it does
playoff
not
appearance for
guarantee
that,
you
and I
one.
think that's a pretty high.
But
That's a pretty
okay,
high point of his career to get there with Mac Jones at quarterback. By
you
Bill
know,
Belichick, I might hang a banner for that. I'm
took
holding
Mac
that up
Jones
there
to
with
the
my Super
playoffs.
Bowl wins.
I just think that
Took Mac.
the amount of
He
change
made
that would come
3
to the culture of a
playoff
football
game with
team
Mac
is just too
Jones.
much.
He has certainly earned it, though. He has earned the right to ask for that. If that's what Bill Belichick wants to ask
Yeah.
for, because some team might
Yes,
give him that, and
100%.
it could work out for some
I
team.
think that it's going to take a John Gruden to Tampa Bay type of situation for Bill Belichick to come in and win you a Super Bowl.
Just take over a ready-made. Yeah,
Your
I mean
team-
that's obviously what he's going to do.
That's why I was like, the Jets would have made sense if they would have fired Robert Saleh. That would have made sense.
Which they could at the
Bill,
end
Bill
of the
Belichick's
next
not
year.
going to go ground up.
Bills, if they would have fired Sean McDermott, they make a lot of sense.
He could like that's
They're
I
already
don't-
a defensive minded team.
I mean, if you think about it, like there are some coaches starting the season on the hottest of seats.
I think those two I
Who-
just named are in hot,
There
very
you go.
hot seats.
Next year, who are the most likely coaches to be fired this time next year?
I think that
McDermott,
Robert Sala.
Saleh,
Uh,
yeah,
Certainly I always forget his name, the Saints coach.
Dennis Allen is always.
Dennis Allen. Dennis
I don't think
Allen.
that's a job
We
that is close enough.
I think most people were shocked he wasn't fired this year.
No. I mean, for Bill Belichick to take that job.
Oh, okay. No, but I'm just saying the coaches that we
Dable.
think are going to
I think
be.
Dable.
Dable could be. If Dable has another bad year, he could be.
Sirianni, I think, is on the hottest of seats going into the year.
Mike McCarthy, of course, right? He
Yeah.
has to be. Mike McCarthy has to
Mike
be.
McCarthy's in the final year of his contract.
Yeah,
red
I think whatever happens that Jerry just lets that play out.
Yeah, Jerry doesn't typically fire.
When does hiring a coach mid-season ever work? Like,
Yeah, he'll just let him play that.
Not mid-season, but after the season. That's
Yeah.
why I'm saying this time
Oh,
next year.
yeah. So I don't think.
I think Jonathan Gannon.
When I say like the hottest of seats, I mean like dudes that could get fired in the season.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying who's not going to be here at this time. Don't listen to the question.
At this time next year, I think Salah's gone 100%.
Yeah.
Sala.
Okay.
Have you read anything about that news this week?
No.
So the Athletic did a story. That's a very reputable source.
Yes, the Athletic.
Okay.
I know who the Athletic.
Okay. For viewers who might not know,
Trust
Cunts.
us. Very reputable.
fucking cunts. The Athletic had put out a piece this week that sourced over 30 people inside the Jets organization, and it was just like Robert Saleh got super paranoid when the Zach Wilson doesn't want to play story came out, which was 100% true, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
And like he started trying to like he spent devoted a whole bunch of time to looking for the leaker. Was asking for his coach's phones.
We know something about paranoid. Well, GM anyways in Kansas City.
Yeah, Pioli.
Who did
But,
shit like this and did not go
apparently
well.
how like pretty much as soon as Rodgers went down, everybody in the organization just kind of gave up. It was just went on autopilot.
And it's weird. I mean, because they won that game. Like Rodgers went down and they beat the Bills that game.
Well, I think it was like I think I don't it may have said like the entire organization, but it was
right.
like,
But I get it.
especially on the offensive side of the ball. I think
Well,
You went from you beat the Bills and you're like, yeah, that's a feel good story, but we know we're not a Super Bowl contender.
you won the battle, but you know the war is lost.
We've
long story short, it's a clown show over there. It's a straight up clown show.
I
And
mean,
when Rodgers refuses to let any of these dudes get fired,
and when Rodgers just brings in his buddies, right? Like, what?
yeah,
You're letting this guy make over your team, and he's going to be there for like a couple years, 2-3 years at best, probably.
yeah, and he's talking like, "Oh, I'm going to stay, maybe 3 years or longer."
Well, because they're gonna play a total of 7 games as a fucking Jet.
If they go out and like if they miss the playoffs, he's done.
Probably.
He will retire.
Tim's gonna get himself an Aaron Rodgers Jets jersey.
Hell yeah, brother.
Go along with his Aaron Rodgers package.
Yep.
So anyway, coaches,
Yeah.
right?
That's what we were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I think that
the Vrabel nor Belichick.
I mean,
got
the
a
hot
job.
seats.
Hot seats next year.
Hot seats,
Wow.
yeah,
That's where we got from. We went from.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's obvious that Sirianni's on a hot seat. He hired Kellen Moore as his offensive coordinator, so that's always a good sure shot way to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sirianni.
Fangio is like a mid defensive.
Fangio, I don't hate.
He needs to show it.
Like I
He
said,
needs to
I
prove it a
think
little more.
the Dolphins defense win it before the linebackers got hurt, played at a very high level, especially
They
later in
did.
the season. I think that they produced very well when Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb were healthy. When both of them went down, the defense
It's true.
suffered. And I mean, they were also without Xavier Howard, who's when healthy, one of the top 5 corners in the league.
They had a lot of injuries. They're injured.
Jalen Ramsey, while
to
he's
toe on
not
that
what he
defense.
used to be, is still a very good player, and he didn't play the first half of the year.
The
Eli
whole,
Fair
the
enough.
whole reason
starting-
Fangio is a name is because he figured out Mahomes and
Man.
just by two high safeties.
But he never beat Mahomes though.
But he gets credit for like figuring out how to slow him down because that's what everybody started.
Fangio?
Yeah, that's what everybody started playing against him, and it did for a minute, and then Patrick
And
figured
then
out how to start throwing it short too.
short, yeah, like, and now he's throwing it short. He threw it short all the way to a Super Bowl
like
this year.
that's really the whole reason Fangio is a name.
Okay,
Was he the Bears defensive coordinator whenever
I
their
missed
defense was very successful? No, he was their head
anything.
coach.
They're not
Was he the defensive coordinator for the Super Bowl?
the
Bears?
Bears. No, that long
No, that's
ago.
not what I
Was that?
That's really the last like you want to talk about successful Bears defenses. That's what I
I know Levy was the head coach. I don't know who their defensive coordinator was, although their defense is what got him there for sure. They rode that defense all the way to a Super Bowl.
defense and special teams. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that
very
was
true. Devin Hester special.
I hated watching that fucking team.
But
So he was the 49ers defense with Jim Harbaugh. Then he was the Bears defensive coordinator in 2015 to 2018. But that time with the 49ers, he was a very good 2011 to 2014.
yeah,
They were really
it's good
good.
defense.
He was with Stanford the year before that. He was the linebackers coach for Baltimore in 2009.
Well,
I
okay.
mean, he's been in the league. Big Fangio has been in the NFL since 1981. Since 1980. So, I mean, the guy's known for more than just, telling people to play against Mahomes.
And he never beat Mahomes. Like I don't get what
Yeah,
you.
I'm just saying, like, he's known for more than just that.
He's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Really. What? How did we even? Okay, look.
We're on.
Oh, you're the
Coaches on the hot
hot seats.
and we're talking
Man,
about
we're too we're too high to do any of this, you guys. I don't know what you're talking about. Like we can't stay on track. We're constantly forgetting where we even
Oh,
started.
we're not ESPN. Who cares?
Yeah, and technically we were still kind of on track because we were talking.
That's why we do this because I don't think anybody else wants to hear this shit.
That's very true.
Yeah.
No true statement.
But so that's why
Sirianni.
Yeah.
Trying to fill in two, just uninspiring. We got here because we were saying that it was kind of a
didn't
mid
like
pick
the
for
Fangio signing.
Fangio, and then it was
I like
Fangio, this and that. And I'm saying like it's just an uninspiring hire.
He gets the most out of his players, and that's
Okay.
something that our last defensive coordinator failed to do. So that's what I'm excited.
He will be an upgrade. I'm almost sure of that. Now,
He better get plenty out of him because the
When-
offense is
He's
gonna
not
be good.
Matt Patricia.
when the bar is on the floor, like you got to do better than that. So,
I'm just saying they're going to be on the field a lot.
oh no.
Oh yeah, because our offensive coordinator is a fucking dickhead.
Oh yeah, that's right. You really don't like Kellen Moore.
God, it's stupid. Why?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, on one hand, at least it wasn't fucking Ken Dorsey. So at least we weren't the dumbest team this offseason.
What about Arthur Smith? Because
Arthur Smith was at least a solid offensive coordinator the last time I saw him do that. I mean, he got Ryan Tannehill to
Tannehill to an AFC champ, but he
what
took
knocks
Derrick
can I throw at
Henry.
the guy as an offensive coordinator? I don't want him to be my head coach, but I mean, fuck, call some plays.
Okay.
Is it too late to cancel that and bring in Eric Bieniemy?
I don't know. We see these coaches back out all the time. Is he willing to back out on us? Has he sent any emails that people won't like? I wanted Eric Bieniemy from the start. I didn't want this
Should've-
dickhead to be our offensive coordinator. I don't care.
If they knew Bieniemy was out, I mean, they did know. They had to have known Bieniemy was.
Kellen Moore might be the nicest guy on earth. He just is a fucking awful football coach. I don't know how.
I don't want him on my
Colin
fucking
Place.
football team.
What? why do we think that we're gonna be different than the Chargers? Because we already our running back, we already fucking like stopped giving him the ball.
Yeah. No, I know. You guys got
We
to run.
already don't
and
run it. So let's bring in an offensive coordinator who can fit that fucking scheme instead
There
of
is one dude in the world that would have made P Mad hire at OC. They fucking hired him.
no, there was two actually. There was one other good dickhead I didn't want. McDaniels, fuck that guy.
McDaniels.
Josh
Oh,
McDaniels.
Josh
McDaniels.
McDaniels. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, of course.
those are the
No, of
two.
course.
Those are the two.
Nobody else is hiring that dude.
But I'm
Yeah,
like,
well,
I thought they were going to bring in somebody who could teach Sirianni that it's okay to run like a receiver in motion before the snap. But they brought in like the only offensive coordinator who could fit the criteria of just standstill offense. We're just going to run our guys out there and just fucking hike the ball. And it's like, dude, you don't know if they're in zone. You don't know if they're in man to man. What the fuck?
yeah, you're not trying to
And
do
a
anything
Kellen Moore
too
offense who
cool.
loves to throw long shots with a quarterback who does not have the best deep ball.
Yeah. Jalen has an okay deep ball, but not the best, yeah, I would say.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't seem like a good fit, a good match.
I don't love the matchup at all. I don't. But I hate Kellen Moore, so what can I say? I mean,
Yeah, I get it.
but yeah, Sneaky, tell us about the Pro Bowl. We didn't watch it.
Oh, yeah, we didn't,
I didn't watch it at all. And I know you tortured yourself for a little bit with
I
it.
saw
All
some
right,
of
so
the little games they play and stuff.
yeah, and they started the games yesterday, and I don't know if it was the same format last year, but the way they did it is they in all the little Pro Bowl games you earn points, and those points actually go into the score of the game itself.
Hmm.
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 And so in all the little games, the NFC dominated. Absolutely dominated. But the game was really close. And like the game was pretty fun to watch. It was you
It's
could
just
tell
flag
like
football.
Sauce Gardner did not give a fuck. He didn't want to be there. But
Oops.
That's
it
how
seemed
Jalen
like dudes were
football.
having fun, but it was cool because like at halftime of the game is when they did the final little mini game, which was a 2 round tug of war. That again the NFC just dominated. Like it was bad.
Nice.
But and then they finished the game out. And the football's okay. The thing that made it interesting to me is like they play by the NFL flag football rules that all the kids league is in. And so
Okay.
there's like some actual rules to it, not just dudes running around
Will it
doing.
be the same rules as like the Olympic? Like they're trying to put flag football in the Olympics.
I think it's probably going to be very similar, yeah.
Huh.
But it's a 50-yard field. Like you can't guard your flag. That's a penalty. I saw called a lot. There's no kicking. It's all 2 point conversions after the touchdown.
That's fine.
I'm
That's
not
fine.
quite sure how down
We
it
don't
is
need kicking in flag
for.
football.
I wasn't able to really deduce that, and they didn't explain it. But I mean, overall, it was pretty fun to watch. I'd watch the shit out of that in the Olympics.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Absolutely. Like Patrick Mahomes, a gold medal. Are you
I
kidding
don't
me?
want. I would every time Patrick Mahomes is out there, I'd be like, don't get hurt, don't get hurt, don't get hurt, don't get hurt, don't get. Oh,
Tom
Well,
Brady.
that's and like the quarterbacks don't move around much because so the rules are you can have at least in that game it was you can have you can blitz once per drive,
but I think isn't there some sort? There's rules about
but
pass.
it's
You can still
also
pass
like
rush, right?
the quarterback can only hold the ball 4 seconds if he's not getting blitzed.
Oh my God,
After that, it's a sack.
Tom Brady's gonna play
Mm.
in the Olympics.
No, no, because your quarterback does still need to be mobile. And it'd be a huge advantage. CJ
It's Tom
Stroud looks
Brady.
really good out there.
Not if it's Tom Brady.
But I mean, then again, I mean Baker Mayfield looked pretty good, but he's not immobile.
No.
But yeah, the mini games were fun. Like the quarterback challenge was
Isn't it? Okay.
some real nightmare shit because you had Baker Mayfield, Jalen Hurts, and
Gardner Minshew. Was in
well
it.
on the NFC side.
Oh,
Um,
Jared Goff.
Gino.
Did
Gino.
Gino?
Gino. And
You know.
then for the AFC, you had Minshew, Tua, and yeah, CJ Stroud. And they like
Josh didn't want to go, or was he not taken? Was
who?
Josh Allen, did he not? Did
No,
Lamar
man.
Jackson?
They,
Did they not want to go?
Like no, Lamar wasn't.
Lamar didn't want to go.
No, he didn't want to go.
Jalen Hurts had no interest in being there, from what I saw.
I thought only a couple of Ravens showed up. Patrick Queen showed up.
He tried to run the Philly special. He didn't catch the ball.
Jalen
No.
did?
It was thrown above.
But anyway,
him.
that quarterback competition, like CJ
Didn't
Stroud,
allow-
like you've seen it before. It's got like a bunch of moving targets around.
Yeah.
They're-
I saw the clips of because I saw Orlowski win it, right?
Orlovsky beat them all in a
Orlowski,
shirt and tie.
man, Orlowski's like
slacks.
Orlowski's like if there just wasn't a pass rush in the NFL, I would have made so much money.
Yeah,
If he could just sit back
he's the
there and
only one
toss
that made it
balls.
in that 10-point bucket.
Yeah,
Bam.
like if
Just
Orlowski
dive
could
it.
have just sat back, and like not had to run around, especially around end zones.
Yeah, did that shit in loafers, man.
Like,
But
Bad.
and then I saw Jalen Hurts' performance as well. I'm sorry, it didn't.
That's why I said he
Yeah.
did not look like he cared at all out there.
What? Yeah.
that's what you'd like to believe.
That's what I'm telling myself. I honestly don't think he cared about that game. I think he had aspirations
And
this weekend,
it's,
going into the season. So I think that he is actually very upset about how the season went, and that's how his demeanor
Tua
went.
also looked like shit.
Who did?
Tua.
Well, yeah, they were asking him to throw the ball over 10 yards downfield without Tyreek Hill out there.
Oh man, he was like they have these little they're like glorified road cones set
Yeah.
up on Roombas, and you had to like just hit the road cone. It was more like it was about the size of a punching bag, like a big body bag, and he couldn't hit those. And these were like 5 yards away.
Oh.
Just yeah, it was brutal. It was not a good look for Tua.
I mean, luckily the shit don't count for nothing,
Sure.
right? In the long run. So,
Yeah, who knows how drunk they all were at that point in time.
I mean,
That's fair. That's fair.
like, you don't want to judge too much.
Wait, did anybody see that clip of Michael Bublé at the NHL All-Star game?
Oh my god, I did.
No.
Yeah.
What was
He
Michael
was doing
Bublé?
He's on
a press
fucking-
conference with Will Arnett after the game, and
What?
like
Hold on, listen to
Michael
this.
Bublé just looks kind of weird, and he goes, my friend gave me a piece of mushroom chocolate, and he did not say it was this much. Like,
Dude, he's
Nuh-uh.
yeah. He thought he was
high as shit
microdosing.
playing in the NHL All-Star game.
Yeah, he thought he was fucking microdosing. And he's like just talking about how fucked up he is.
That's
Michael Bublé. He's sitting right next to Will Arnett. Like it.
Yeah. And Will Arnett looks uncomfortable as hell.
Yeah. Yeah. This was all news to Will Arnett, clearly.
Hey guys, anyway.
But yeah, Bublé literally said, "No, I thought I was in Blades of Glory
Oh my god.
for most of the time I was out there, and I finally realized, oh god, I'm in the NHL All-Star game."
That's wild.
When did this happen?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yesterday or today, yeah.
But hey, anyway, guys, I think we did it.
Yeah.
As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Come back and check out next week where hopefully we're all happy because good things happen.
Man.
Honestly, if it doesn't go our way, we probably take the week off.